So everybody will kind of come, hopefully. Now, the khutbah I'm going to give tomorrow is basically this right here. But here's the thing is that since we wanted to branch out a little bit, there's a few things that, just to mention that we have in mind, is having meetings with people in various masajid, especially down south and over in Baltimore, where, for instance, what's the name, the brother that sell me the cars? He comes over here on a semi-regular basis. Okay, so instead of us kicking the door in Baltimore in, right? Although we'll go over to Johnny Cake Road every now and then. And it's very possible that according to how many teams we get and what we, now this would be post-Ramadan stuff. This mainly be post-Ramadan stuff. Because in the meantime, we want to force ourselves to be familiar with as much as we can. So for instance, for tomorrow, we should send 2 teams out. Maybe one go to, how about Masjid Muhammad? Yeah. Would you like to go over to Masjid Muhammad? Yeah, there's a team. Y'all pass out flyers. You can have boxes that you want, but you could take there's a couple of boxes at the door, and all you got to do is tape one of these over Zakatul Fitr. And whatever team we could muster. And then remember we went over to the Turkish Masjid. They got the parking lot downstairs. Okay. Could you set this up? And what time they have Juma over there? Yeah. But Brother Chappelle could go with you over to. He can, huh?
He told me earlier that he wasn't going to be able to go out tomorrow.
No, tomorrow. Okay. But you can get somebody at least to go over with you, right? Oh no. Well, we'll think about that. We'll think about that. Okay. So what we want to have is this is mainly to get our information out and stuff, and we'll take a couple of boxes, and we'll do that too. Now I was thinking about the Turkish Masjid. They got the parking lot down there.
I've never been up in there.
No, didn't we go over there?
Well, I never went inside.
No, forget inside. We went in the parking lot, right? Remember downstairs? That was you and I went over there. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Maybe we'll flip it around. You went to, where Masjid Muhammad is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, can you set that up and get everything ready to go where you have to just push a couple of buttons? Or
Pretty much, yeah.
Technically, You could almost start it off because it ain't gonna take that time at that time.
Yeah.
What time is they Juma over there?
Okay, hold up. Let me, I was looking at the DNS Center, so let me change over to their website now.
You was gonna go where?
I was researching DNS Center's Juma.
That's what they call the Turkish man.
Yeah, Dini, yeah. Well, basically, we just want to get 2 teams out tomorrow. Remember, these first programs are warm-ups. You know what I mean? Whether it go in the basket or not, it makes a difference. But you can see that we're just getting warmed up. But anyway, they have a parking lot over there.
Yeah, they do.
They have a parking lot, and we could be, when they come out of Juma, we could have put flyers downstairs on their cars. You know, remember they had the parking lot down there? And then we could be outside, you know, just waving at everybody. You know, outside, away from, we could have 2 people. One, if they're going to turn to the right, we would be right there on that corner. If they're going to turn to the left, you know what, when they turn, if they come out and turn to the left and go up that way, we could be right across the street where they could pull right over and stop with us. We'll have flyers on the car, right? And when they come out, because it's going to be snowing, it's good to have a park. It will just finish snowing, I'm sure. What time does it say to finish snowing? Excuse me, all that. But they will have it will have finished. It's going to start snowing tonight around 12, and it should finish around 6 or 7 in the morning. Something like that. That's what I heard. Okay, so it'll be snow on the ground, but see, we could go, if we do Diniyat Center and Masjid Muhammad, that seemed to be kind of almost perfect for what we're trying to do. Example, we could go in for the Jummah over at Masjid Muhammad. And no sense of freezing to death. I mean, you know, if anybody want to just be out there cold, I would do it. I used to do it. But, you know, so we could go in and enjoy the Jummah, be right near the back. As soon as they say, Assalamu alaikum, we out. Okay. We'll go through the assignment after a few minutes. That's what we'll do. We'll do Masjid Muhammad Diniyat Center. There's no sense driving way out 100,000 miles out there in Virginia. We'll get them later. You know what I mean?
Okay, 1 p.m. Okay, yeah. If they do their Jumas at 1 p.m., I can set up here. We can start 12:30 sharp.
Right.
Just walk off.
Right.
You know, be over there 30 minutes later, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
We could start at 12:30. They're going to start at 1.
It's supposed to start at 1.
That's with Masjid Muhammad.
This is Masjid Muhammad.
Okay. Then you could go over there. You could go. Can somebody get you over to Diniyat Center?
I think I can go.
Okay, that we'll switch it around because you're familiar with Masjid Muhammad, and then that's what we'll do. There's 2 boxes down there. We just have to put some clear tape and a flyer on it. It might be another couple down there, and I got a couple so I'll bring my boxes over, and I'll just set them out there. So we'll have it'll be 6 boxes available. Yeah, and we'll burn those. Those old time boxes there. I saw you when you came in and y'all at them. I said, those are old, that's okay. But anyway, just to, this is a meeting, but it's not a meeting, so it's kind of comfortable. Like, the idea is this. What we're doing now is, inshallah, we're going to pay all of our bills on a monthly basis, renovate whatever we got to get, rugs, this, that, and the other, right, for over there. We're gonna do all of everything we want to do. We're gonna do this from what we're doing now. The fundraising, now remember, as we get around, pretty soon people are gonna be maybe inviting us, but they didn't do it too much inviting last time. That time before last, we was invited everywhere, but that was before boss man, the Zionists just said no more Negroes, no more. Anyway, so if you do Masjid Muhammad Diniyat Center, a couple of people with you or another person, whatever, that'll get us through this week. The idea is this, the same as what we've been talking about, is I'm going to come and I'm going to have a recruiting khutbah. I'm going to tell everybody this is what we're doing. I'm going to talk about this. And I'm going to talk about the need for more people, to get involved. Because we're getting ready to explode, and the only way you can explode is more people. So, okay, so this is basically dealing with reorganization and remotivation and all of that stuff. That's what we're into right now. All of the old barriers, we're just throwing them out. We're not going for that anymore. So we may in the future do a volunteer organization in each area, but I'm still on the idea of every Jummah we send teams out from here for the first periods, That means during Ramadan, after Ramadan. And we'll talk about our Ramadan program, because our Ramadan program will be every night or almost every night. Like we'll have our food ready, we'll take care of that, and then we'll go to different places every night. And when the Eid come up, they're going to be familiar with us. By the time the Eid come, we want the people conditioned that they're looking for us to give. Because all our flyers, everything now is to prepare the people for that. Why? Is because we're going to California and we're getting whatever we get for what they have done. They broke the law. But we want to do this ourselves. You see, every time we got started again in Jahiliyyah, we had a little remnants from before, but we called it fresh money. Niggas got to get fresh money. There's old money, which we ain't got a whole lot of that, but we had enough that we got all the way to here. With them cutting our money all the time, and nobody could have pulled that off. Maybe they could have if they had some magic stuff, But I mean them specifically hitting accounts, specifically you got some money stuck somewhere and there's only so many people know where it's at, and that comes up. That's I don't say nothing. I don't say y'all pay this cold blooded. It's okay, very good. Very good. So this is I hate to keep repeating it, but this is a rejuvenatory period. And if it was Jahiliyyah, we're getting to have a run. When you'd have a run, I mean, things would pick up. It would be a geometric explosion. I'm telling you, if you was getting $1,000 a day before, after a run,